Using 2 AI models instead of 1 will make your work significantly better. Not because you have more tools running, because the right 2 models, used in the right sequence, produce something neither one can deliver alone. This is not about everyday tasks or basic outputs. When the work is serious, strategy, positioning, content that has to perform, this is the workflow that delivers at that level. That is what I want to show you. And once it makes sense, it is hard to go back to working any other way. I work primarily with 2 models, ChatGPT and Claude. Not because they are the only options worth considering. There are others, and that list is growing. But these are the 2 that fit how I think and how I work. And they are different enough from each other that using both actually changes what I produce. This is not a ranking. ChatGPT moves fast, generates broadly, and pushes volume. Claude slows down, questions the framing, and favors precision over output. Different instruments built for different moments in the work. Knowing which one you need and when is where the real skill starts. Here is how the division of labor actually looks in practice. ChatGPT to open the problem. Ideation, angles, raw material, first draft, momentum. Built for generative speed, and it delivers on that. Claude to close it. Refinement, tone, strategic framing, the kind of thinking that asks whether the argument actually holds up. One generates the clay, the other shapes it. It only works because I stopped asking both models to do the same thing. Here is the step that changes everything, and the one that most 2-model workflows skip. When you move from one model to the other, you do not just hand off the draft. You hand off everything. The original brief, the reasoning behind the direction, the constraints, the thinking that shaped the draft even if it never made it in. When Claude receives all of that, it is not just polishing surface language. It can challenge weak framing, spot where the logic breaks down, tighten the positioning. Without that context, it can only work with what is visible. Fuller context means longer prompts and slower cycles. In serious marketing work, the quality gain justifies that cost. Good marketing copy has to do 2 things at once: answer a real question and sound like a credible human thought it through. Those are different cognitive tasks. Splitting them across 2 models, each working from the full picture, gets you closer to both. Not because the models are doing the thinking for you, because you are directing them with enough intention that the output reflects your thinking, not just the prompt. Adding a 3rd model does not improve the output. It creates a coordination problem. The goal was never to use everything available. It was to know exactly why you are using what you are using. When the roles get blurry, the work gets blurry with them. 2 models with a clear purpose and deliberate handoffs will outperform 3 models used loosely every time. Working across models intentionally, defined roles, deliberate context transfer, produces something neither model delivers alone. ChatGPT pushed the idea forward. Claude stress-tested it. You carried the full context through both. What comes out the other side reflects all of that. The work is meaningfully better, and the discipline itself becomes the advantage. The advantage was never just using 2 models instead of 1. It was making sure the second one inherits the full thinking of the first. That is the difference between outsourcing tasks to artificial intelligence and actually orchestrating it. If you are working through what this looks like in your own workflow, I would like to hear about it in the comments. And if this was useful, subscribe. 2 decades in digital marketing. I share what I am actually learning, and I try to keep it practical and honest. Thanks for watching.